Huh. Up there is... doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. So why was it suddenly unlocked? When I entered, I saw maybe someone unlocked it? I don't know. Two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Well, so here we are.
It's the Monokuma file!
Okay. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit. How can you be so calm? They're dead, you know.
That's terrible.
Gone forever. They're never coming back. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large wet tears fell from her eyes. Tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some kind of... If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. It's a video game! Totally different. This wasn't...
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Wow.
Hifumi! Wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed. And they never opened again. Huh. Death for the second time. Absolute undeniable death. You keep saying that. I don't know, though. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle, and reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Yeah, right, I mean, you could say that if you like. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins? No calcium in your bones? At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return, just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi. And then going so far as to hide their bodies. Criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hero is?
What is this?
Oh, there are the hammers. The fucking hammers right there, on the wall. So that's where they came from, huh? From this room. If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although this time, it's not all that life or death. Or not all that life or death, I see. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
It does look that way. It's going to begin again. I have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it! Do it! Fucking do it. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it.
Very strange.
Pretty strange, we get way less information this time than before. That is no problem after all the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Talking about Kyoko.
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. What if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma appears!
I'm here to answer your questions. Question. Talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Unless
In
they're
other
two
words-
victims. And they both do the killing, so then they can both graduate. Oh. So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then,
Are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing. Wait, does that mean, what if there are two blackened? Because if two people commit a killing, then...
So in other words,
We only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal. They keep saying it.
well,
There could be two killers, though. Let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened. So just one person?
Well now,
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. There can only be one blackened, an accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. That's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
however,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible, but for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
Don't you think we shouldn't consider someone a suspect just in case? Talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
what?
I'm offended. When did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
You SOB!
Milk sack swimmer girl.
Huh? You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
You are a serial killer.
What?
Like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. When the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
It's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
Should we post a guard by the bodies like before? Can't have them disappearing again.
so then,
Hina and I can handle it. You don't mind, do you, Hina? That'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
it's all clear now.
And that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Yep. This has got to be a truth bullet. Hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? That the justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer. Interesting. Look at the bodies. They'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. Found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? There's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Blue tarp. Fumi's big, cold body, me-body, is laying on the floor. He's really big body. How on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, all without anyone noticing. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later, for now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably the Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. His glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? Who would do that and why? So I have a theory. My theory is that he moved himself. He got up and moved all the way up here. Maybe because he was part of a plot to kill Taka or something? Or... I don't know. It seems the only thing that makes sense though is that he moved himself up here. And he cleaned off his glasses himself so that he could see where he was going. Then maybe he died anyway? Yeah, he does look dead. Unless he's faking it and Monokuma doesn't know what better. It should be weird. Doesn't have a handle. Saw this in the art room before. I guess it used to move statues around. Kinda awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? Good memory, damn. Look at the wheel. There's a bloodstain on it. There's a bloodstain. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that?
So, in other words...
He is kinda dumb, yeah. You really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in here... hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? There are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? Probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is... why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rules says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you can graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. If killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on. So that's what that means, Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. What's with the attitude? You have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, I would have killed him to tell me what it was. So it could be that one of these guys was killed because they were in on the plot, they were an accomplice, or they knew too much about the killer, so the killer killed them to keep them silent in order to make sure that nobody found out, in order to, stick to the whole plan of not getting caught, which is kind of important. Just a bit.
So,
Mm-hmm. What is it? And after Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but...
And we came right to the repository to, look around. It was locked. I was here too. I saw that shit. I thought it was just a game being a dick to me, but I guess it was actually plot important. Came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who unlocked it, and why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Many aspects to the incident this time, too many to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
alright. This morning, only 4 of us met. This is just a summary of everything. Yeah, alright. Kyoko disappeared. Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor. Okay. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7. Based on the pictures Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume, liberal justice. Oh man, my voice is starting to hurt. Jesus. We're being under search for costume assailant. We injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. Took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Not long after leaving the nurse's office... Celeste guided us to another location. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor. And right after that, Celeste screamed. This time, she had apparently seen something on the 3rd floor. That was a rather intense scream. Strange costume man. And then... decided to split into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko... when we got back to the nurse's office, found Hifumi's corpse. It is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. But he wasn't actually dead at that point. Even though we heard the body discovery announcement.
However...
we discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. Means Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered right about the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. That's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? You, me, and Byakuya all had been... Ugh, confusing! Alright. Hifumi's body had disappeared. Alright. Trying to wrap my head around all this, but I need to keep investigating. This time Taka's body had disappeared, so from there we began to search both missing bodies. Ugh.
However...
Okay. Well, that was that took a while, damn. I guess I need to leave. Only one way in and out of this room. Through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from the inside the repository. Oh. So it was Hifumi. Hifumi unlocked it before he died. Hina and Sakura confirmed the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. The door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. Well, I don't know. But Hina claims there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that's certain someone. Maybe we should check somewhere else. Some places I already know about. First the nurse's office and the equipment room. Alright. I need a fucking break. God.